G'day mate and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. Now, I will say that for once game time has passed and you guys haven't been present to watch it. Long story short, I had a bit of free time, so I took some time and I went and did some boring things that you guys wouldn't enjoy watching. One, I upgraded all our centrifuges doing uranium processing just to process the stuff faster. Because I also turned on this one. They're now all empty. We were just taking in acid, and we'll just put them in chests and we'll pick it up later. Well, later's now. And there was 90,000 in here, and there's now down to 19,000. We have been emptying out this one because we actually have a need for uranium now. Between the uranium shells and the byproduct to make the uranium cannon shells and everything else, wow, we've actually got nukes to spare. Okay, maybe I need to not request 100. Maybe just like 20, 30. Or maybe I need speed modules in these. That's probably a better idea. Wow, we've got nukes to spare. So yeah, sped that up. Same time, I was playing with this and sort of got a bit of a makeover. Turns out, max rate calculator, we're using, and all the maths is right here, we're putting in 37 and we're pulling out 14. Same as we're putting in almost 300 and pulling out, that's per second. Yeah, per second. So we're working on a per second rate. So we're basically pulling out a red belt worth of bad uranium, which meant this whole lot backed up because they couldn't output the bad uranium because my loop was a bad loop. So the loop had to be redone. And as you can see, this is how I've redone it. So I'm feeding it in on one side and I'm feeding the other side ever so slowly. In fact, actually no, that one doesn't matter. That's why I left it. Because I want one side of the belt compressed. Because these guys are taking from the taking from the close side and putting out on the far side. Over and over and over and over and over. Alright? As we get down to here, the close side becomes the far side, and the far side becomes the close side. Which actually works to my advantage, because if we just loaded all the ore on one side, by the time we got a certain way through, we would have actually used up all the ore on one side of a blue belt. But as you can see, after we get down here, it gets awfully low. I do increase it slightly by loading more in. But even our bad uranium reserves, we're down to 13,000. We did have 100 and something thousand. We are burning through uranium now. So, hence speed modules, hence, trains, hence, I actually need uranium. Which is, it's the first game ever where I've actually had a need for uranium. Normally it just gets to a point where I just have so much of the crap stuff and so much of the good stuff. I just don't care anymore. So that's been a nice change. In saying that, it puts pressure on to make more outposts, and outposting, we all know, is the best part of the game. Yeah, sure. He says with complete sarcasm. But you can see, by the time we get towards the end, there's not much of this bad uranium left. It's mostly used. So, this needs another upgrade from looks of it. Yeah, we are pretty much unloading it and using it as fast as possible. Anyway, so that's that one. Same time, I put active provider chests down, because lots of people suggest I do it, just to clear the ore out. So I've done that, which hops to here, into this network, which hops into this network, which hops into this network, which hops into this network, hops in this network, gets loaded in the train, and the train brings it all the way home where it gets dumped back in... Where does wall reload? Wall reload empties here. And this chest, which obviously needs its request upgrade, which is part of the smart smelter. Remember the smart smelter? The smart smelter everybody's told me to rip up because it's not very smart. Well, it's still handling ore. In fact, we had like 10,000 copper ore fixed. And the iron ore, same story. I need to fix that. I also need to Yeah, I need to... Let's do that. So, yeah, one problem solved. It does mean the little bit of plate that it actually outputs gets fed into somewhere. I don't care where. It gets burnt up and spent. That's the important thing. So that got done. That got done. I extended the wall just a tiny bit. And unfortunately, the biters weren't happy about it. And do we have any artillery shells? Oh, we do. Finally. So I now have a new way of dealing with biters from a distance. And as you can see, the targeting software is a little bit larger, but it solves the problem. Also, because we're launching nukes, you know, I'm down here. We can hear this going off on the other side of the map, which I just think is awesome. So, did that say 0? Oh, 9. 9 of them? Yeah. So the plan is to drive the train out, you know, keep expanding, and I will do this. I'll do this in me time. Expand out to probably about here-ish, and then run south, and then loop it back in. Maybe further south. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see where expansions take us. Same story. You guys are pissing me off. I do have to be very close about shooting too close to the wall. Because there has been a couple of times where the artillery's gone, oh, you're in range, and shot, and taken out half the wall. No, we can't shoot any further. But yes, it's doing a wonderful job of keeping the biters at bay. You know, it does bring surprise attacks every now and then. There. I could literally spend, and I have literally spent hours just firing artillery because I can. Alright, so that's that. We're down here. We're down, I've marked out this corner of the map, so that corner's mine. We're going to build oil processing in here somewhere. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to bring oil in and water in, and this is why we put water fill in, which I haven't got any up and running yet. I will make some water between this episode and next episode, so I can put a direct water pump into each one of these refineries. Because whether we like it or not, pipes use a lot of UPS. So really, with a lot of your builds, you want to minimize your pipes as much as possible. And this is going to be the first really big thing we're embarking on. I need to stop requesting that. I'm just remembering as I go. So, yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm feeding water directly in. Also, water's one of those useless resources. Like, who cares how much water you do and don't use? So, this is our refinery setup. Now, I've got a calculator. It's kirkmcdonald.github.info Factorio calculator. I will link to it either in this episode or in the next one, or when we get further into oil. I don't know. With what the base setup will be, and I'll actually probably even somewhere fit in a special episode which will just cover the calculator and the maths. So that guy, if you guys are really curious on ratioing out a Megabase for yourself, you can use some of these calculators to help you. Otherwise, you can just, you know, watch along and see where we go. So, I've built one of these, because one's all I really need. Except it'd help if I change the icon. And I literally want to build it in the middle of nowhere. The other thing I want to do is I want to come to here, and I want to go to there, I want to go there. I want to do that, because every tree that's in my way is going to be in my way forever. Now, I have chosen this spot because it's far enough away from the base that I should be okay, and I shouldn't have any problems with train pathfinding and all that sort of stuff, and trying to fit the whole building, plus stations, plus everything else. At the same time, it's also close enough that I can stretch a robot network out here from the main base, because I do want, at least to start with, a robot network so they can go clear up the trees and do all the other boring tasks like that for me. And I don't actually want them to build anything out here. So it's a catch-22. Auto trash wood. Okay. Sorry about that. I managed to come down with the flu as well. It's been a great couple of weeks. Now, Factorio calculator says we need 50 of these, which in itself is a problem. To you... No, that doesn't seem right. That is right. Okay. So, Factorio calculator says we need 51 of these. No, 39. 39.85 of these. So we need 40 of these machines. At the same time, we need to get 171 oil into it, or 1,000 or 10,000 oil per minute. Now you got to remember, an oil tanker carries 25k. So if I hook up a single tank to this guy in 2.5 minutes, I need another oil tanker to come and empty as well. So that's going to be the biggest catch, or the biggest consideration for these builds. Trying to get oil into these things fast enough, and line up the trains as well. Which I didn't request. I didn't request tanks. I did request pipes, then probably left all the pipes down where I was originally planning on building. Okay, we're going to bring that pipe out to there. We're going to put that tank there. I'm going to put that pump there. With the idea of that's the first train station. We need an output pipe an input pipe on each one of these, because we are going to have to squeeze in trains. Roboport. Can I squeeze another train in? No. Oh, yes. Hang on. I gotta put liquid in. No. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Okay, we want a pump there, because we want positive pressure into our refinery. Right, let's start going backward. Let's go with, that is as close as we can build it. So we want a train, and of course trains on their own grid means everything's got to move up one tile. Okay, and then this one, you're already at maximum pipe distance. Okay, well currently our trains are actually, our trains are 2.4. Oh, they don't weigh as much. See, earlier, oil tankers used to carry 3 times as much. They also used to be 3 times as heavy. That's no longer the case. Okay, we need a signal. We need that row report to come back down there again. We need to extend that. Come on! It's the joys of building. Nothing goes as planned. So that's on 1 tank, that's on 2 tanks. And I've got potentially 4 tanks to deal with. So this is lined up on what would be, you know, where this wagon is. That one's lined up on what that would be that wagon. Obviously we'll extend this forward. So I need to pump you to there. Let's put you just there for now. No. I need to line everything up. Line everything up as best as possible. Oh, really? Actually, that's perfect. So we'll put a pump in there to keep that positive pressure. And that means right where this one is, which would be about right, is where we need to put the next one. Okay, so let's move. Actually, let's get rid of all that. Let's put. Okay. We need some actual wagons. I need an actual train station. That's what I need. Does that line everything up? No. One, two, three, four. Actual train. Okay, so you're not going to actually attach to anything. So we need to pull you up. Things autosave, slide you back 1 square. Fluid wagon, fluid wagon, fluid wagon, fluid wagon. So you'll line up. You'll line up. We need... You will now line up. We want a pump. We move 1 tile forward. So we will take the extra tile. And then we want... You're going to have to go... Really? Give me another tank. Power pole can go there instead. We want that one there, that one there. Underground out to here. And I'll put down 2 pumps for the fun of it. Okay, so that's 1 train. Should really confirm that nothing goes astray when I add. Everything moves by a square. I forgot about that. So that works with the train there, with a 1-4. But we've got a 2-4. So you know what? We're going to have to make trains, our oil trains, a 3-4. And we'll just pretend that's a train engine. So, either I try and slide everything 1 square. I actually can move all this. What am I talking about? So everything goes forward 1 square. Train. Blueprint. All of that. You'll give you that icon. And then we'll hook up 1, 2, 3, 4. We will deconstruct all of that, plus that, plus all of that, and that. We're going to leave that one guy there, so we can't scrap our blueprint. I'm going to put down 1 tile offset. You line up, you line up, you line up, you line up. No, you've got a cross. Why do you have a cross? Oh, you're already lined up. You're already actually connected. Oh, because these guys are unpowered. Ha! There you go. Alright, so that becomes... That does 4 refineries, and we need to do 40. So that means either we need 10 stations, which we could do, or we need to try and work out how we can offset our stations. And offset our trains. So if I have that train come down there, we can now take from here to here, without that, without that, without that, and without that, because none of that shit matters. This is what we're working with. I could put another one here. Maybe it's better to have a push and pull train to get that curve in sooner. So the curve would be quite literally 4 1 tile there, and that means the station gets moved again. It means minus the train track, minus the railway port, minus the power poles. We're going to call that one oil, and it gets moved 1 tile. No. Yeah, so it all gets moved 1 tile backward. Okay. Yeah, it's moved 1 tile backward. That's actually a tighter fit. Okay, so let's go deconstruct time. Train track. Oil. Move out of my way, crap. Okay, I need to relay these down so they actually clip to the train tracks properly. Really? I didn't pick... Oh. Inventory full of shit. I don't need that. I don't need that. I really don't need engines at the moment. I don't need speed modules. Don't need speed modules. Auto trash, beacons, all of them. Okay. Attempt 4, 5, what are we up to? So that lines that up. It means track's got to come further that way, and I got to have a train at that end. Now they're both in a push orientation, so that's perfectly fine. Did I take? I took them. Nope. I do want that in trash. I do want that in trash. That's the one I'm looking for now. Okay. Roboport to like here. Power here. Okay. So, attempt 2 at duplicating the whole thing. We want from the arse end of the train. Okay, that is the minimum amount of tiles we need. And we put that there. Okay, so that's 8. We still need 40. I can't decide if that... No, it doesn't link. Okay. I could do a third one, if I left myself more room. Let's do the third one right where this roboport is. Let's disconnect both those. Put that there. Put another roboport, like, you know, in the build. Roboports won't be permanent, obviously. Yeah, it is a majestic turn that I love. So that's 4, 8, 12, and we still need 40. Yeah, this build's going to be big. And consequently, there's going to be a lot of oil trains. And as we just covered, this train, there's going to have to be a train coming to this station every 2.5 minutes. And at the same stage, I need to somehow balance the oil in these 4 tanks. Because I can't have one empty faster than the others. We also need output. Yeah, one problem at a time, GD. Alright, now let's do this problem here whilst we're here. Okay, so we know we've all done oil plenty of times. And that's sort of how output looks. And we're going to do underground. And I have no choice, just because there's no room, but to bring petroleum right the way to the outside. And we'll deal with it separately. Heavy goes there, to there, to there, to there. Okay, you're not going to stretch all the way across. But at the same time, we have 47 heavy per second. 2.8k heavy per minute. And like that's a lot of petroleum. And you'd think that'd be enough. Turns out we need per minute for 3,000 science packs. Now it's 3,000, that's all. We need 427,000 petroleum per minute. Yeah, I really hope it's set to per minute. Yeah, I'm looking at per minute calculator, not a per second. Per second, that'd be crazy. Although I've done crazy before, so you know. 76. We need 426, 427. With a little bit of rounding up. Okay. Right, so let's go heavy. Really? Oh, I'm not happy about extra pipes. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, let's bridge that to that, to that, to that. Now I also have to deal with the maximum throughput of a pipe. Per second. Oh, we're not close. Not for heavy, at least. For light, we're not quite there, but we're getting there. You won't span, so gotta go there to there to there. Alright, let's just leave that for the moment. Let's go back to light oil. Yeah, there's no way you're gonna make it. There's a lot of pipes. Getting less happy about this build the more I The more I work on it. Petroleum. There to there to there to there. Okay. Quick dirty blueprint. Take that. Put it down there. That'll put all our pipes down. Really? Tanks are not in the network? I thought I all made that shit. Obviously not. I'm going to put another row report there, roughly. Yeah, I'm definitely getting low on pipes. Requester chests. Right here. I'd like some pipes, please. Actually, let's use one of those new fandangled buffer chests. And... yeah, both of those. And let's go to map view. And let's deconstruct all of that. Which I had in storage, nice and close to me. But of course, I've gone and slid halfway across the map. Decided to build halfway across the map. Anyway. Petroleum. Now, pipes have a maximum throughput. I thought it was 1200. Turns out it's higher, but their throughput also degradates over distance. That's why, like here, I've put 2 pumps because I don't want any degradation over distance. I've also put pumps everywhere I can because I want positive pressure into the refineries. And petroleum per second, this might not be enough to max out a pipe, but it could go close, and that's what worries me, because it's very, very hard, especially with oil, to go back and fix things after the fact. I've still got to get trains out of here. That's another issue I hadn't really thought about. Okay, let's do trains out before we do anything else. If I mirror image this and have the trains go in at the bottom and out the top, has 24. If I put another one at the top, that's 48. But that means I have trains. So if I have trains are coming in here currently, if I put another one of these mirror imaged above, so the trains come out the top, that means both, yeah, the stackers are nice and simple and right here. If I put another one down here, so again mirror image this with the trains coming in at the bottom and out here in the middle, that means the trains have to come from this stacker down to this stacker, which is time and energy. But if I put it trains in here, in here, in here, and in there, and have all the output. Okay, so that's what we're going to have to do. Somehow. Somehow I need to get these trains all the way out of my way. And we'll draw them in so we know where they are roughly. Really? What the hell's under attack? Oh! Really? Leave it alone! It doesn't stretch that far. Okay. I want that build. I still need to work out what we're going to do with petroleum. There's no real way to reverse the refinery either to feed. Have the oil tanker come in at the top, but feed in oil? No. Okay. One idea at a time. So, we're going to do this. let's take all our fluids out this way. You're not going to reach either, are you? Nope. Oh, that could be perfect for petroleum. Because there is so much petroleum, it means I can fit in pumps. Oh, really? I need those engines back. Bring them back, bots. Okay. What's a useless brew plant? That one. Blueprint that just looks like pipes. That's the one. Okay, so that means our petroleum's here, our light oil's here, and our heavy oil probably... No, still needs that double jump. Our heavy oil's there. So then, in theory, does that fit? No, because I've still got train stations, train lines in. Okay, let's go with the whole damn thing. Nope, the whole damn thing, including the pipes, out. Oh, it's a lot of trains crossing. Ooh. Okay. Can I get you back a square? No. Okay. So from there, out. The design process is a long one. But one of the tricks is never be rigid with your thoughts or your design plans. This is all happily, dynamically changing as we build. That is the right gauge, is it not? And that is too. Now I am keeping a 2 separation. I don't technically need it till I get to the end. So I can probably squeeze this up by a tile, maybe. This one, definitely. But we will see. We will see. Okay, I'm going to start remembering to give these guys some sort of stupid image. That way I know I can recycle them. Like that. Whoa. I gotta line this shit up. Okay, so that's cutting off my train station. That's a problem. But I said I could probably move that up by a tile. That looks straight and lined up. No, I can't. That's the tightest corner I can make. Alright, abort. 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 And abort. Stupid symbol. Okay, so you gotta go there. So that's 24. If we duplicate that to north, that's 48. Is it quicker? Is it closer? It's my stacker would be here. We could feed. Yeah, it's going to be closer to mirror image. It's going to be a pain in the ass to mirror image. That's in. Yeah, they're all inside range. Okay, so robots will auto do all that for me. All I need to do is somehow mirror image this whole thing. Actually, I will mirror image it. I will mirror image it. I will bring you guys back in the next episode where we continue with the process that is planing our oil. But no, deconstruction planer. That's 12. That's 24. We do that again. That's 48. We need 40. So we are overproducing. And overproducing is fine. In fact, I might relook at the maths. No, there's no point in relooking at the maths. I was going to look at coal liquefaction and get our heavy oil that way and make our lubricant with that heavy oil. But it really doesn't help things. So, buffer chest, buffer chest. Those. Because I need lots of those. I like these buffer chests. Beacons. Yeah, okay. So, engines. That was the other one. Engine. Well, pumps would be nice. Engines. Pumps. Can a buffer chest not request from a buffer chest? Copy, paste. Tick that. Ooh. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I might have to rethink part of the bus. Although, I'm actually using a buffer chest for what it's intended for, which is to buffer things close to me, rather than just... Okay, I have to look at that. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this made sense. Any questions, any comments, any thoughts, as always, down in the comments below, along with if you see something that I screwed up, please tell me. It's much better I know now than 10 episodes from now. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, bye!